Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our virtual panel discussion. My name is Sandra, and I am the moderator for this session. I know this is very challenging for us because we are in a pandemic, but learning should never stop, and I will be guiding us through the process. So, our topic for today's panel discussion is sports, but we will focusing the topic to outdoor and esports. So, before we start our panel discussion, I would like to introduce our panelists today. I'll start with yang berbahagia Datuk Sylvester Timothy, our Youth and Sport Minister. Good afternoon, Datuk. Hello, Datuk. Good afternoon. How are
Hello,
you?
good afternoon. I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
Good to hear. And the next one is Miss Vivian Anak Andrew, a sports school teacher that has been awarded 3 times in a row as the best sport teacher. Hello, Miss. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to hear. And up next, we have Mr. Hishamuddin, a successful Facebook streamer with 2 million followers. Hello, Mr. Hisham. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm fine. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you. And next, we have Mr. Khairul, a father his son was addicted to esport. How are you, Mr. Khairul?
Hi Sandra. I'm okay.
Welcome to the stage. And last but not least, our final panelist, Mr. Silvanus Paul, our Malaysian famous sport analyst. Hello, Mr. Silvanus. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you.
Good to hear. Okay, so without further ado, let's begin our panel discussion. So, Datok, my first question is actually for you. Can you
Okay,
please us your opinion about the advantage of outdoor sports? What do you think?
okay. So first thing first, hello everyone. As you know, I'm Sylvester. So the purpose of I'm being here is to share about the benefit of outdoor sport based on my experience and knowledge. So one of the benefit of doing outdoor sport is that it can give us physical benefits no matter what type of outdoor sport out the activity we do, as long as it's involved physical movement, all this activity will encourage physical exercise, which is good to increase our endurance. So the second benefit of outdoor sport is outdoor sport can increase social skill. So many may not think about this, but the outdoor is great place to develop on one's social skill. Becoming involved in this different outdoor activity will allow you to meet with new people, uh, uh, and interact with them. You will be allowed to bond with them and develop a strong sense of community. The outdoor sport will improve your overall social skill, and so that you can approach coworkers in clean manners. Okay. The last that I can the last benefit that outdoors can do is increase work productivity. So if you engage yourself in regular outdoor activity, you're likely to be more relaxed while active at the same time. Will react better in stressful situation and also exhibit high productivity. Waking up a few minutes early in the morning to go for a walk will make you feel fresh and productive for the rest of the day. All a short walk before dinner once or twice a week won't do any harm. So that's all from me as a dato. Thank you.
Thank you, Dato, for the opinion. Next, we're going to the topic about the disadvantage of outdoor sports. So, Miss Vivian, can you tell us, from your point of view, the disadvantages of outdoor sports?
Sure. I have a few points I want to talk about disadvantage of activity outdoor. First point is unpredictable tropical weather, where we cannot predict the weather either is good for game or not. For example, like football games, if the weather is too like heavy rains, that may become dangerous to other player while they're playing. So some of game might be have to stop in the middle of the game. The second point is the injuries that happen to the athletes while they are playing games. Some injuries will make them have to take a long time for fully recover before they join back the game like before. So actually for students who really love playing games, playing sports like running, football. There when they're injured, maybe some of them have to take a long, long uh, long for recovery before they return back to school. And then may they left behind in the study other than friends. So the third point I want to point is cost more money. Some club they have to pay. Some people who want to join a club they have to pay for the shoes, for the shirts, for the equipment, and a lot of things to pay before they can play in the club. So it's it's quite hard for people who don't have the money but they want to play. Or is one they become play become their career. It's long way to they become to professional player in the future. That's all for me. Thank you.
So thank you, Miss Vivian, for the great opinions. Okay, just now we've went into the outdoor sports, so we are now going to I'm sorry, esports sessions. So okay, without wasting any time, Mr. Isham, as a famous and successful Malaysian streamer, can you please share your thoughts on the positive impact of esports, please?
Thank you for the question. Okay, first of all, I would like to introduce what is meaning by the esport. Okay, esport, also known as electronic sports, is a form of sport competition using video games. Esport often takes the form of organized multiplayer video game competitions, particularly between professional players individually or as a team. Uh, as a streamer, of esport, I will always play a first-person shooter like FPS or MOBA. Okay, we move to the advantage of esport. Okay, first of all, playing video games can lower our stress. Uh, Perhaps I don't know lah. This is what hook many of us to gaming. Gaming can be a great way to deal with unwanted stress. Getting away from stress and spending time engaging in an activity you enjoy can do wonders for your health and peace of mind. Uh, I'm not suggesting that game is a way to escape all of your problems. Game is kind to any other hobby that gives us joy and positive vibes. But I think gaming has a unique way of giving your mind something else to completely focus on, giving your mind a break from its usual stress or worries. Uh, we move to the next benefits. Uh, Other than lower stress, playing games can uh, make a problem solving of device is sport and gaming in a way. I mean, what I mean that at the most fundamental level, gaming starts off with a problem that needs to be solved. In esport, once the match starts, there is problem. There is problem, and you need to solve it. I suppose this defines me many defines things, many things in life, even life itself. Anyways, gaming improves your problem solving abilities because you are constantly solving problems at an incredibly fast rate. Like in LOL, uh, but other mean is League of Legend. You can be going along with a plan only to have an enemy champion get to drop on you, and then you need you don't get to sit back and think about the next step for a few minutes. You need to solve the problem immediately, and then last many piece of opportunity. Uh, Playing video games can make a uh, career opportunities. And then playing games can make you become an official contract-based player. The industry of electronic sports has grown tremendously over the last few years. Big investors are showing their interest investing in this industry and establish esport team to compete in official tournaments. They hire players and make a team of their own. These players work like employees and play work on years contract or so on. Other than become a professional player, we can uh, like me as a streamer, we can make a money from playing video games. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Isham, for sharing your thoughts. And now, moving on to the next questions. Mr. Khairul, you as a father, can you please tell us the contrary of esports?
Thank you, Sandra. Today I would like to say another thing about the disadvantage about the sport. So first is about the health risk. Uh, Unfortunately, gaming comes with some significant health risk. I I want to point out, however, competition is not about health. Is if you want to be health, don't co- don't com- compete. Trying to be the best at the any trying to be the best at anything in the world is going to come with inherent risk. Runners might be messed up with his knees. Baseball might destroy a shoulder, and powerlifter might ruin their back. If you are a competitive gamer or want to be, acquiring an injury or illness that could have been prevented is just laziness, and your performance will suffer. So the point is, too much sitting. Have you heard about sitting is the new smoking? Well, there is some truth to that. People weren't meant to sit on their gluteus and hamstring all days. So while I believe in proper ergonomic while gaming, you will be sitting. Being sedentary for too long is starting to be linked to numerous health complications such as health disease, cancer, diabetes. Um, Although gaming comes with the health consequence associated as, asso- associated with being sedentary, there are always opportunities to move more and sit less. Also, learning how to maximize your practice so that you can spend less time gaming and more time in training. Recovery and activities you enjoy will able a longer and healthier gaming career. For the second part is um, addiction. Anything with the potential. potential to be addictive will typically get 10% of a community addicted to it. So far, alcohol probably 10% of people in societies where alcohol is prevalently will end up struggle with alcohol addiction. For most of your reading will probably shrunk of any warning about gaming and addiction, and that's okay. But don't deny it. People come, people come addicted to all sorts of things. It's bad. It's bad for the gaming community to burn blind eye when outside point of negative effects. Um, However, things get with esports and competitive games. Some of the guidelines and warnings that and anything over 2 hour a week is problematic. For the last thing is I want to talk about the gambling. Esport match fixing and corruption have something in common. Gambling, and not just any type of gambling, but an irregular, non-edge, restricted gambling catastrophe. What makes uh, esport gambling such a catastrophe is the use of skin in a huge microtransaction in many esport games. Children, yes, literally, children of any age can earn skin and use them to bet. If they win, the skin can often to be traded in for real money. To make matters potentially worse, the United States took away the federal law that prohibited states from legalizing many forms of betting on professional and collegiate sporting events. While I'm not against betting on sport or a sport, the current issue is with underage children having the ability to gamble in a simply unregulated environment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Khairul, for the great opinions and thoughts. So, okay, everyone, for the last session, Mr. Silvanus, can you please tell us some of our country's progressions in sports, please? Thank you.
Okay. First of all, thank you to our moderator, Miss Sandra. It's really such an honor to be right here with the professional talker and delivering my point of view about the progression in sport for our country. So, um, sport has indeed grown in importance over the years, coming to be regarded as a key element of nation building. Yeah. So today's youth are our future leader, and there is no denying that sport, by its nature, play a huge role in character building. So, for our country, Malaysia, yeah, Malaysia has participated in the Olympic game for the first time in on 1964. Yeah, and the first Malaysian Olympian to win medal were Panch Gunalan and Eng Boon Bee, who was competed in badminton men's double, and they they won, if I'm not mistaken, um, silver medal. Yeah, they are silver medalists at that time. While the first woman who won medal for Malaysia is Pandalela Rinong. Yeah, I'm sure everybody know who is Pandalela. She compete in diving, and she won the medal, bronze medal. Yeah, bronze medal at Olympic London 2012. And we can see for today, sport in our country are much better than before. If we see before, the sport um, that are known in our country, just a few like hockey, football. But nowadays, compared to before, there are more sports that are take interest to the community. For example, cycling, diving, basketball, and many more interesting sports. Um, this sport like also spawn big names that have been successful in the sport, such as Hazizul Hasni Awang in cycling and Pandalela Rinong in diving. Both of these sports has successfully give Malaysia a medal in Olympic. Yeah. Even so, sport in Malaysia can improve more in various aspects. For example, improvement in our facility, such as training equipment or training field, like football field and many more. Besides that, we also can improve from our coaching staff. For example, we can combine our local coach with the overseas coach so that we can improve our coaching skill indirectly. Our domestic league will improve. Um, yeah, unfortunately, in recent years, because of society changing lifestyle, especially during this pandemic, sport had not brought glory to the nation as often as it should. Like we have our great athlete, badminton athlete, Dato Lee Chong Wei, yeah, that had won three silver medalists, three medal in Olympic. Forgive me, and fully realizing this and taking a serious view of the setback in sport, the government has taken a holistic approach to ensure that sport continue to play a vital role not only to regain our past glory but also as a passion for all Malaysian. And the government also wants to develop Malaysian youth so they can be the prime movers of development in the future. Hence, we need to encourage the young age to develop their sport skill, and who knows, one day one of them will be the next championship in the eye of the world. Unfortunately, um, so in conclusion, yeah, I think sport will always be an important aspect of the nation, and every sport minister will testify to that. Like all of them, I would like to do my part uh, to put the nation on firm ground through sport. So that's all from me. Back to our moderator, Miss Sandra. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Silvanus, for the opinions. So, before we end our session, I would like to do some summarize for our panel discussion. So, Datok, you are trying to say that the advantages of outdoor sports could appear in many terms, like what you've mentioned before, which is in terms of social, our mental health, and our body as well. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I
Yes,
do
you are
agree
right.
with. But even though outdoor sport is good for us, there'll still be some risks that we need to prepare in terms of mental and physical too. Like some cases like what Miss Vivian mentioned about, which is unpredictable tropical weather is one of the unavoidable issues, which is because we simply cannot control the weather. Am I right, Miss Vivian?
Yes, Miss Sandra, you're right.
So, and as for me, I'm not a big fan of esports, but I do know to those who are passionate and taking esports seriously, like our panelist here, Mr. Hisham, there, they can see the opportunity, which is making esport as their life career and source of money. Other than Mr. Hisham, we can see like our famous streamer, Just No Limit, PewDiePie, and Randy Rangers. They become a millionaire just by streaming and posting their games content on YouTube. People just love the content, you know. Am I right, Mr. Hisham?
Yes, that's true.
And of course, on everything that we do, there'll always be pro and cons, just like esports too, like what Mr. Cairo said. It can affect not just the person, but people around them as well. Am I right, Mr. Cairo?
Yeah, Sandra, exactly.
And from what did Mr. Silvanus said, we can clearly see that our country have been developing a lot in sports, and it is awesome knowing that our country had achieved so many title and achievement um, to the world for sports event. Even though now we are in a pandemic, our Malaysians athletes still manage to contribute for the country. And thank you, Mr. Silvanus, for the your opinion on our country's progressions. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our panel discussion, and overall, we can clearly conclude that no matter what kind of sports we are into, as long as we love it and we put our heart into it, we will be successful on it. So that's all for our panel discussion session. Thank you for coming and see you again next time. Stay safe, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye
Bye. Thank
bye.
you. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
invite me. Thank
Bye
you to
bye.
invite me.
Thank you
Love
for
you.
Okay,
invite Sandra.
thank
Thank you for
you.
everything.
So